So here's an idea then. How do you go about writing gags or putting gags in other people's material? What's the best way of doing it? There are a bunch of rules and ideas and formulas that you can follow to put gags in, and a lot of those work really well. But I thought probably one of the best ways to actually show you how you go about putting gags into material would be to actually put some gags into a material. And so I've found, I've been having a look on everybody's favorite website, Google, for an uninteresting blog, something that typically would be quite dry, technical, boring, and not a stereotypical place you'd go for a good giggle. So gone for plumbing blogs, and as you can see, this is one of the first ones. So I have looked at the site, and they do have an active blog, so I thought I'd go there. So they're clearly paying well. Their SEO is paying off tremendously. So they've got a post here. Let's do this one. How to take care of your boiler over winter. So what we have is a short blog post here, 7 tips on how to take care of your boiler. I'm not going to do the whole blog, obviously, but let's just take the first point and the first paragraph, if my copying and pasting skills are up to it. So let's put it in here and see what we do. So what we have is quite dry at the moment. The best way to ensure your boiler is running efficiently at all times is to arrange an annual boiler service by a qualified professional, and it goes on. So it's quite dry. There's a few ideas in there. It's top quality information, but it's not really entertaining. So if you wanted to make it entertaining, let's have a look. Let's break up some of the ideas and let's see what we can do. So let's start with this. The best way to ensure your boiler is running efficiently at all times is to arrange an annual boiler service by a qualified professional. That's probably true, but I think there's room for an exaggeration in here because they've said the best way. There's probably a better, rather than a once a year check, once a day would be better. So the best way to ensure your boiler is running efficiently at all times is to marry a dedicated and talented plumber. That would be the best way to ensure your boiler is running efficiently. Marry a plumber. However, should one be unwilling to engage in a long-term relationship? Sorry about my slow typing. Engage in a long-term relationship. The next best thing, next best way is to arrange an annual boiler service by a qualified professional. So we just added in the fact, so the best way to ensure your boiler is running efficiently at all times is to marry a dedicated and talented plumber. However, should one be unwilling to engage in a long-term relationship with you, this is why you have to read through them to get the flow of them. If you just write it, you don't really get the impact of how the reader's going to read it in their head, because we all read things in a voice. However, should one be unwilling to engage in a long-term relationship with you, the next best way is to arrange an annual boiler service by a qualified professional. So I could tidy that up, but for the sake of brevity, let's move on to this bit, because I think there's more gag potential here. Qualified professional. I think we could do a kind of comparison. You could always chance your arm with an unqualified one, but gas leaks and explosions are not fun, which I'm reliably informed they are not. So, the next best way is to arrange an annual boiler service with a qualified professional. You could always chance your arm with an unqualified one, but gas leaks and explosions are not fun. But I'll warn you now, gas leaks and explosions are not fun. That'll do for that. Like I say, I could tidy these up and choose better words here and there, but you get the idea for how you can just kind of add jokes in there and things like that. So we'll leave that as it is, and we'll move on to this. So they will carry out all the necessary checks and maintenance your boiler requires, giving you peace of mind that your boiler is safe and working correctly. So I think we've got a chance here. They will carry out all the necessary checks and maintenance your boiler required. You could also put like, while flashing you a cheeky smile, the checks will give you the peace of mind that your boiler is working safe and working correctly, while the cheeky smile is a free bonus, something like that. You could get more risque with that, while flashing you a glimpse of his butt crack. Although cheeky smile could be code for butt crack. Let's leave it there. Let's go with cheeky smile and make it PC. So they will carry out all necessary checks and maintenance your boiler requires while flashing you a cheeky smile. The checks will give you the peace of mind that your boiler is safe and working correctly, while the cheeky smile is a free bonus. Then we could put something else after that, just to break it up a bit, like you are welcome. So move on to the last bit. The annual service is also cost effective. Oh, cost effective. There's a stinging word. Investment implies it's going to be quite expensive. So the annual service is also cost effective and could save you money in the long term by preventing possible problems from occurring. The trouble with that is that sentence screams, this is going to be expensive. So how much does a boiler service cost? Let's see. You don't want to lie. You don't want to say it's cheap when it's not. So let's see. How much does a boiler service cost? Should have gone with Altivus, so that would have been quicker. So, average cost of a one-off boiler service is around 72 quid. All right, that's not too bad. Between 60 and 100 quid. Oh, that's actually cheaper. Surprisingly cheap. So, the annual service is cost effective. I don't like that word. So let's say the cost of, let's get a pun in there. Cost of an annual service won't make you, can you guess what's coming? Won't make you blow a gasket. Is that a boiler joke? I'm not entirely sure. I should really check these things out. The cost of an annual service won't make you blow a gasket, and it's a lot cheaper than buying second-hand artic gear from Sir Ranulph. From Sir Ranulph, is that? No, ULPH. From Sir Ranulph. I may have to check that spelling on that. So it's a lot cheaper than buying second-hand artic gear from Sir Ranulph Fiennes, and more fun than cold showers. Fun and less painful than freezing cold showers. Freezing cold showers. So it's, excuse the sniffles, it's not really a ha-ha funny gag, but it's just a more easy way of explaining it. So the cost of an annual service won't make you blow a gasket. It's a lot cheap. Let's rephrase that. It's a lot cheaper than buying second-hand artic gear from Sir Ranulph Fiennes, and far less painful. Far less painful. You could even go far less painful than freezing cold showers, than having to endure freezing cold showers. So, even with just a brief look through one paragraph, this kind of very factual paragraph that contains all the information, but in a very boring way, we've kind of spiced it up a bit. So the best way to ensure your boiler is running efficiently at all times is to marry a dedicated and talented plumber. However, should one be unwilling to engage in a long-term relationship with you, the next best way is to arrange an annual boiler service by a qualified professional. You could always chance your arm with an unqualified one, but I'll warn you now, gas leaks and explosions are not fun. They will carry out all the necessary checks and maintenance your boiler requires while flashing you a cheeky smile. The checks will give you the peace of mind that your boiler is safe and working correctly, while the cheeky smile is a free bonus. You are welcome. Cost of an annual service won't make you blow a gasket. It's a lot cheaper than buying second-hand artic gear from Sir Ranulph Fiennes, and far less painful than having to endure freezing cold showers. I think it deserves an exclamation point. So, That's just an example. Like I say, if I was doing this properly, I would go in and maximize the gag potential out of these. For example, I think cheeky smile could be made a bit stronger, given a bit more thought, and that might be a bit stronger, but you can kind of see the potential for how it would go in. You mention what they're actually doing, and then you just add something on top so the joke doesn't get in the way of the message that you want to convey. That's quite important. And similarly down here, I think this could take a little bit of work, but rather than just saying it's cost effective and will save you money, you're really creating an image in the person's mind in a humorous way of what the cost is of not having a boiler. So you could put like it's a lot cheaper than haggling for second-hand Arctic gear from Sir Ranulph Fiennes, that kind of thing. So how do you make a plumbing article quite funny? That's what you do. You go through, look for gag potentials, and see where you can insert gags. I hope you found it useful. If you did, let me know. If you want to forward me any copy that you want me to do this to, I'm happy to do it. I've paid £20 for a headset mic, so I really need to use it. So let me know. Yeah, if you want me to look at anything, add some gag potential. If you've got any questions, send me a message, and I'll see what I can do.